evening and welcome to the NDTV Dialogues, a conversation of ideas. And this week we have a number of ideas to discuss on the table because it's 3 years of Prime Minister Modi's government. And joining me this evening is Prakash Javadekar, the well-known minister, started as a spokesperson of the BJP, currently Minister for Education and Human Resources Developments. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Javadekar.
Thank you, Sunny.
Sir, 3 years down the line, what do you think has been the biggest achievement by the Modi government? And what do you think is the biggest, I won't use the word failure, but what do you think is the biggest weakness after 3 years?
The first and biggest is we have provided stable government and able leadership. Stable government is provided by the people of India. They reposed faith after 30 years in one single party to give complete majority and NDA 2/3 majority. So that's first. Able leadership is what Modi ji has brought on table, and he has changed the whole dynamics of politics. Most important success is we have tamed the inflation. Unfortunately, Economist Prime Minister failed to do this for 10 years and people were suffering, reeling under inflation, ever rising prices. We brought all prices down.
You know, the world petrol prices, world oil prices had something to do with that?
No, I'll tell you. We have been courageous enough to say and tell people that yes, petrol prices, because we import, are not in our hands. So whatever changes happen in international market will give you benefit also, and you will have to pay more also in cases. But barring that, one thing which is completely dependent on imports, we have brought all prices down, and the only problem created because of the drought of the pulses 1 year, but we managed it immediately. Okay. So, in managing the inflation is the first difference. Second is, we have actually presented a government where after 3 years there is not a single charge of corruption even by opposition parties. That's a big victory, because 10 years you heard of all kinds of scam. And how we did it? Because we changed the system. Natural resources, coal, spectrum, all minerals. We are now doing auction.
You said no allegation of corruption. The opposition, of course, has claimed various allegations of corruption. But just to ask, you've talked about the success. What do you think has been the government's weakness in these 3 years?
But one more important difference which we have brought in. The transparency. See, the stents required for heart patients, they were overcharged. We have brought prices down to an unbelievable level. 1,50,000 stent now is available at 30,000, and 40,000 stent is available at 7,000, and 400 essential drugs prices have been reduced. The urea prices have been reduced, and more importantly, with DBT, we have saved looting of, because Rajiv Gandhi used to say that when Delhi sends 100 rupees, labor gets only 15 rupees. Now we send 100 rupees and labor gets 100 rupees employment guarantee scheme mein. He gets 100 rupees, and that is what we have brought transparency on table. It's a great
Still
thing.
The BJP's most articulate spokesman at heart, with a smile always. But let's get to the weaknesses of this government. You have to admit there must be some.
The weakness is that the whole mindset needs to be changed. For a transparent system, I'll tell you, for everybody, because we are here to deliver, we must work in a mission mode. See, simple thing. Britishers were asking everybody to give government stamp, officer stamp for attestation of their own mark sheet, of their own documents. Because they were not believing in the people, they were believing only in officers. The same continued for 67 years. And we granted it. We granted it, and now self-attestation is the rule. Nowhere to go and queue up anywhere. And more importantly, we have also cancelled red bacon. The VIP culture has to go, and we have, Prime Minister said, EPI, every person important.
So how is this a weakness? This is a success then?
But I have only successes.
Okay, that's good. Let me ask you some of the weaknesses, because just like there's a Modi festival which is launching on the 26th, even the opposition is launching a protest on the 26th. Yeah. Let me ask you some of the issues which they have said. One of them, of course, is this horrific beating and killing of 7 men in Jharkhand. The point being asked that why is vigilantism, lynching growing in BJP ruled states?
Vigilantism? I heard on your channel that these 7 people, which is very unfortunate, very cruel and very heinous thing to do. And all culprits, 18 have been nabbed, and therefore they must be punished because this is unacceptable. They were suspecting of child lifting. So that was nothing to do with vigilantism.
No, it is vigilantism, taking the law into their own hands.
That's it.
I didn't say
and
the word cow.
I condemn it completely. Any kind of vigilantism where you take law into your own hand is condemnable, is punishable, and will be punished.
But let me take the word cow vigilantism, since you said that it wasn't that. Why is it that in other states, including whether it's in Rajasthan, including whether it's been in Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, that often when there is a case of cow vigilantism, the cases are filed against the victims rather than against those who've been...
No.
That happened in Rajasthan. The first case was filed against Pehlu Khan.
But let me tell you, all the culprits in all these cases have been booked. Our Prime Minister is so strict on this and has expressed his anguish over this and anger also. And therefore, we are very clear, we can't accept this. This is a democratic country. We can't accept this, and this is not acceptable.
Let me ask also about the issue, since we got lots of young students here. One of the other issues that people have been talking about is the issue of joblessness and the fact that the growth in new jobs has been at an 8-year low. As the HRD minister, that should worry you with so many young people.
But let me tell you, this is not a real picture. Let us understand 3 things. We are the fastest growing economy of the world today with 7% and more. So we are the fastest growing economy. So jobs will be created. We are taking up very high public investment into roads, ports, airports, and rail, which creates infrastructure. Along with that, housing, mass housing, affordable housing, and irrigation. All these are 1 rupee invested creates more jobs. This is very important. These are 6 important areas.
But why has it been less than in these 3 years than from the UPA?
No, not correct. Government jobs will be less, but private and unorganized sector jobs are more. Last 3 years, we have distributed 7 crore youths, small telewalas and everybody, 4 lakh crore of rupees without guarantee. That was the biggest thing. Trusting your people, and without guarantee you are giving the loans. 7 crore people have benefited. 7 crore people have improved their businesses, and they have employed, in many areas, they have employed 1 or 2 persons more. So that has created employment. There is 2 lakh IT Seva Kendras, which we formed in last 3 years. This has created at least 5 jobs per shops. And there are many other areas.
But
now we are creating 50%. 50% of the mobile consumption we are manufacturing here, creating employment.
But
so
some
sectors will see decline, some sectors will see increase. That's always a mixed bag, and the total rise is good enough. More than 60 lakh jobs are created in first year. Then next year more than 80 lakh jobs, and more than 1 crore job last year. So it's a huge job. It was recovery because
you said government jobs, but I just wanted to say, according to Labour Bureau figures, it's actually the IT, construction, agriculture sector which has suffered the most, and that's in the rate of unemployment has gone up from 3.8% in 2011-12. It's now 5% in 2015 to 16. So it's actually private sector which is suffering more than government jobs.
No. I'll tell you, in our
These are Labour Bureau figures.
Yes. Labour Bureau ke bhi there are thousands of figures of what we pick up. We will give you the correct picture. We are coming out with booklet. We are giving you official figures. The issue is we have increased jobs, and there is tremendous potential all over. There is a perception that IT will lose jobs because of Trump's mandate of visa ban. But actually, visa ban has not happened, and I don't think that it will happen like that. What it was pre. So. Let us believe in India's growth story. The world is believing. They are investing more and more. Why rupee is appreciating? Because people are investing more. So we are receiving more dollars and euros and everything. And therefore our rupee is strengthening. And therefore we will have more and more jobs, and we are going to fulfill the job promise also. So we will not have jobless growth, but growth with jobs.
Let me just ask, the minister just talked very eloquently about how jobs. As young students, are you all worried about jobs? What's your feeling on that? Go ahead.
Before coming to the studio, we engineering students have our own WhatsApp group. So on that WhatsApp group, I said I may get the chance to ask the HRD minister a question. So what should it be? Just like the UP mandate, the question was clear. We have studied. Our education is professional education, but we are not professionals right now.
Very correct. Very correct.
Why is
and
that?
That is why this year we have started this research initiative called Smart India Hackathon, in which 42,000 engineering students from 2,000 plus engineering colleges participated. 30 government departments presented them 600 problem statements for finding out digital solution to people's problems. You like engineering students have found out for the country's problem. That's a big thing that has happened. And let me tell you,
I hope EVMs weren't part of this hackathon.
No. That 1 minute. The word hackathon used by the media for hackathon, hackathon word used by media for EVM is most misnomer, because hackathon is like a marathon. Marathon is lambi daud ki प्रतिस्पर्धा है. Hackathon is lambi खोज की प्रतिस्पर्धा है. So that's a different.
Actually, many of my friends are planning to go to Germany, and why they choose going to Germany is because the curriculum over there is such that it has direct influence with the company. Because I'm a mechanical engineer, many of my friends are automobile enthusiasts.
But therefore, good news for you, you will not have to go to Germany and eat what you don't like. You can have idli dosa and you can have parotha and sabjis, whatever you like here. And because what we are doing is, I'm going to announce in next fortnight, we are coming with model curriculum by AICTE for all, including practicals and everything. So model curriculum every year we are going to change.
Just like now read your article on economic time.
Yeah, and that is what we will do.
Let me just ask, because interesting, you said you don't have to eat food you don't like. It's interesting, however, that we're always about whether the BJP knows the food everyone likes, knows the curriculum everyone likes. Let me just ask.
Food is a personal choice, but I know Indian choice.
Okay, but let me just ask on the atmosphere.
And Shashi Tharoor has written about it.
I know. So Shashi Tharoor is the congressman BJP sometimes likes, sometimes doesn't. But let me just ask on this issue of universities and freedom and the right to dissent, because that's been in the focus. It's interesting that JNU, and that's a university the BJP likes to hate, always does very well. Not you, maybe not you, but many BJP leaders with this thing
let me tell
like to hate.
JNU is our own creation. Our country must be proud of all our central universities. But let me make two things clear. JNU has won Visitors Award, first. And second, they have
that's the President's Award. The
President's Award. And second is second ranking in National Institutional Ranking Framework. First is IISc. So in universities, JNU is the first. So we are proud of it. But that, when I went through why they have been awarded, the long thing is they have come with US patents. They have secured many patents, not for sloganeering, but for good cancer research, good pollution research, good biotechnology research. So this JNU has got ranking for their achievement, which is never gets publicity.
But why?
And what media gives publicity to is not the thing for which it is recognized. Let us understand that I am the product of student agitation, so I believe in dissent and I believe in. But देश तोड़ने का आज़ादी नहीं होती. देश तोड़ना नहीं होता है. Constitution को you must have the Constitution as a borderline. Constitution, within the constitutional framework, you are free speech everywhere.
But as a representative of the government and the BJP, why is it this week we have a BJP MP Paresh Rawal says Arundhati Roy should have been tied to a jeep? Why is it that then it seems to be sometimes the BJP versus dissent or the BJP versus those who don't agree with them?
I always welcome. हमारे मराठी में we have a very good phrase. निंदकाचे घर असावे शेजारी. And those who criticize must stay as our neighbor. So you are more alert.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
But let me ask on this ability, the freedom in universities, this young girl has a question. Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
On one side, we talk about gender equality and everything.
Yes.
And on the other side, being a DU student, we haven't imposed a curfew time of 9:30. It used to be 8:30 before. But for boys, there is no curfew time, and if it is, so it's by 10:30 or 11:30, they have to get back in the campus.
Is it so?
Yes.
Then it's ridiculous.
It happens all over India.
It is ridiculous because
So will you
our
write to
Prime
the
Minister.
university telling them
No, I'll definitely. But let me tell you, our Prime Minister said from the Red Fort rampart that you ask your girl to behave. You ask your girl to come in time. Whether you ask your male child to do the same? No. That's a societal problem. I don't know if university gives a condition कि we will allow you any time to go out, bring your parents NOC. If they say, I don't know
but
how
make the
many
boys
parents.
also curfew at 9:30.
No, so
No,
I
I'm
agree.
going the opposite way.
No,
It may
but
backfire.
one minute. I am saying different.
Yes, you said the
I
Prime Minister said that.
basically agree with her that it is ridiculous and you can't have this at least at university stage. But this is a social problem. Let us understand. So we have to change the mindset. We have to bring in gender parity. We must create a value system where you respect each other as a human being. You don't see to a person as a girl or a boy, but you see him as a person, a citizen of India, and you value him. And that's how things are. And that is why what we see violence against women, and that will go only when we develop this, we bring this change. And that is what Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao is aimed at.